Hello everyone, welcome back to the course. In the previous video, we have talked about what is array and what are the different methods. Some of the methods we have talked about, and in this video, we are going to talk about some more methods related to array, and these are also important methods whenever we are talking about arrays. So we have got a pop and push method. Pop is basically going to remove the element from the last element of your array. So if you have some sort of array like 1 and then you have got 2 and then you have got 3 and you perform a pop operation, it is going to remove this 3, number 3, which is going to be the last element of your array. When we talk about push, again it is going to push the element at the last element, like whatever the last element is, after that it is going to push that array, push that element into the array. These two operations are related to the last element, and then we've got shift and unshift. These two operations are basically used and to remove, basically shift is to remove the first element and unshift is used to add one or more element at the beginning of your array. So if you wanted to work with the elements which are at the end, use push and pop, or if you wanted to work with the elements which are at the start, then use shift and unshift. Then we have got a reverse method, which is going to reverse the order of your element inside a given array. We have already talked about some element which checks a condition, a particular condition. If that satisfies the particular condition, it returns either true or false for at least one element inside the array. Slice is going to return a complete new array based on the range that we have provided. So we will see here how we can use that. Splice is basically used to add or remove the array elements inside a particular given index. If you have we have talked about these two, right? Pops, push, shift, and unshift. These are basically starting and ending. But if you wanted to work with a particular index, how you can do that? Then you have got this splice method. Twisting is going to basically completely convert your array into the string format, and values we have also talked about in the previous video, where it is going to return the iterator object where you will get the each index and values according to that index. So let's quickly see what are all these methods, how all this works inside the console, the browser console we are working on. So here I have got an array of fruits where I've got 5 fruits. Okay, first thing that we'll talk about is the very first thing, which is basically was pop. So what we'll say that if you wanted to remove one element, so we'll say that fruits and we'll say that pop. Okay, so as soon as we'll perform this fruits.pop, what it is going to do is it is going to remove this element which is mango from that array. And if you say that, okay, if you try to run, if you try to print fruits, you will see now there are only 4 elements. Okay, now if you wanted to perform a push operation, push, okay, so what you will do is you'll say that fruits, basically the array dot push, and what element you wanted to have. So that if you wanted to have another element, say that lemon, you are going to push and you will see here it is saying that 6. Why it is returning 6? Because now the total size of your array is 6. Okay, so if you go there, sorry, okay, now it has been 8. We just need to go ahead and print that array. You will see here you've got mango, lemon, and then you have got mango and lemon twice, because we did the push operation twice. That is why we are getting this error. Now if you wanted to delete the first element, basically, so what you will do is you'll say that, okay, fruits dot shift, it has deleted this element. That is why it said, okay, this element has been deleted from the array. So if you say that, okay, let me try to print it, we will be able to see there are total 7 elements excluding banana, because we have deleted this, right? Now if you wanted to unshift this, right, so how you will say that, you will say that fruits dot unshift, basically it is going to add this element at the starting. If you have something else, like say that pineapple, you can add that, and you see that now the array is size of 9, because we have added 2 elements at the starting of our array. So it is saying that banana and pineapple. Now what could be the use case of the shift element or unshift element? Okay, So suppose that you are preparing a list of all the account records or all the contact records, or say that all the objects that are available inside Salesforce. Now you need to add this particular element at the starting of your uh, array. What you will do is you have two options, or you have that array. You say that okay, let's create an array. You say that select. Then you have got this array. Okay. Then you have got the fruits. Then you have got options. And then what you will use is you will say that fruits dot concat, because that is what it is going to uh, use. Basically it is going to concat the arrays, and you will say options. Okay. And now what is happening is select one is basically what we say that it is basically adding at the last. So this is basically not the correct operation that we have done. What we need to do is basically we need to have this, and we need to switch the arrays over here. So we'll say that fruits, and we'll hit enter. And now if we try to print options, you will see that we have got this options, which is going to be the first, and then we have got all last options. This is the first way that you have got, right? The second way is that if you have the fruits, right, say that you have got the fruits. If you wanted to have that, so what you will do is you will say that fruits dot unshift, and here you will say that okay, you have got select one. Okay, and then you got hit enter. As soon as you print fruits, you will see that you have the first element, which is saying that select element. So this is basically the use case where you will be using unshift. That is much easier than using the concat function of two different arrays or two different elements inside an array. Okay, so this is about push, pop, shift, and now let's talk about what we talked about is slice. Basically, slice, as it says slice, right? Now let's take an example of apple. If you are eating an apple, what you do is you kind of slice that apple into different parts. That is what this method says, slice. You have an array, you can slice that array into different parts. And where you can use this slice method, whenever you are implementing the pagination into the lightning web components. So what you have is, suppose that you wanted to display first five elements. So how you will do is you will say that okay, I wanted to slice the array from 0 index to the 4 index. That means first three elements, sorry, first four, because 0 1 to 3. Okay, first four elements you will be able to see that, and it is going to return a new array basically. So it say that we'll say that let's say that first page. Okay, and it is going to return the new array, and you print first page, you will be able to see this. And if you print basically fruits, you will be able to see that particular array, which is you already have the original array, right? Now after you are in the first page, you need to display the first four. Now you are in the second page, how you will be differentiating, like say that okay. So you see that okay, now we have got second page. Now what I will do is I'll say that fruits dot slice. Now I need to start from 4, because that is what the ending of my first page. And then I'll say that okay, because I'm working on 4 4, so I'll say the 4 8. And as soon as I'll print second page, you will say lemon apple and mango lemon. Okay, this is our second page, which is ending at 8. So now this is what you have got. If you again wanted to go to the first page, you can use the same concept that you have. And then if you have some more arrays, so you can say that okay, we have got third page. And then in the third page, we can also use the same concept. We'll say that fruits dot slice. This time it is going to start from 8, and then it is going to end to the 12. And you will see okay, you've got third page. Now there are only two elements. That is why you got only two elements. So what you did is you have a complete array of 10 elements. You divided into the three different pages with the help of a slice method. This method is very important in terms of implementing the pagination inside Lightning Web Component. So this was about slice method. Now we have got a splice, right? So what splice does? We have talked about splice can add or remove the element at a particular index. Okay, suppose that you wanted to add element this particular index, which is 1 0 1 2 3 at the third index. So what you will do is you will say that okay, you've got fruits dot splice. Now, at what index you wanted to add? You wanted to add at the third index. What is delete count? You don't want to delete anything. Then what are all the items that you wanted to have? So let's say that I wanted to have as kind of some other. Let's say that I wanted to add the numbers and then another number and then another number and then another number. Okay, these are the few elements I wanted to add after the third index. Okay, after the third index, it is going to add basically these four elements. Okay, so hit enter and what you will say is, okay, let's say the fruits, and you got after 3 here 0 1 2, and this is the third. So before this we got these four elements. Okay, that is how our splice method works while we are trying to add the element at a particular index. Now if you wanted to remove the element at a particular index, how you can do is you can use the fruits.splice. Now what you, at what index you wanted to delete? You wanted to delete at 3 index. How many elements you wanted to delete? Let's say that 4, and that's it. You don't wanted to add any element. You hit enter. You can see here now these 4 elements has been deleted, and if you say fruits, now your array looks like the original one that you have. Now in the real time, what you will be doing basically, you will be having an index and you will be deleting only one item at a time. Suppose that you wanted to delete the element at fourth index or second index, and you will be deleting one element and you will say that, okay, pineapple has been deleted. And if you say that fruits, don't have that pineapple. Now if we talk about the use case, what could be the use case over here? The use case is you are trying to implement a dynamic add or row, so that you have got let's quickly get back here in the PPT. So let's say that you have got multiple rows over here, like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, right? You've got 0 1 2 3. So there is plus icon over here, there is plus and minus icon over here, there is again plus and minus icon over here, plus and minus. Now if you click on plus, you wanted to add a new element over here that you can use splice element. Say that, okay, this is the third element, so add the element after third. There is only one 0 element to be deleted, and this is the element that you wanted to add. Then if you suppose that if user wanted to delete the second element, how you will do that? User clicks on this minus button. Okay, and what you will do is you will find the index. You will say that, okay, this is the second index. Now what you will say is you will say perform splice method. I need to delete the index 2, and what element I need to delete? It is the number 1, and that's it. So that is where you are going to use splice method in your real-time Lightning Web component. Now let's talk about toStrings. If I say that toString, okay, it is basically going to convert the complete array into the string format separated by our comma. And similarly, we've got fruits.values, as we have already talked about. It is going to return array iterator, and then you have got fruits dot there is one thing which we have missed, which is last index of. Suppose that here, if you see, you have got mango at it twice, right? So if I wanted to find out what is the last occurrence of mango in this array, what is the index of that? Okay, so you can use last index of mango and you will say it is the 7. Now if you wanted to delete this, you can delete this using this index, or if you wanted to have some sort of splice or slice method after that particular element, you can perform that. So that is about our last index of. Because we have seen the index of in the previous video, that is why we talked about this last index of this video. So these are some of the methods of arrays that we have, and there are few methods which are still pending. So we will be talking about these methods into the coming videos. And thank you for your time, and we'll meet into the next video.